Why was there no sound? Why was there no sound? We need to start over. We need to start over. You didn't even hear the whole intro. Damn. Yeah, you could also hear me. They're not like these GIFs where you hear people shouting. Okay, let's start over. Imagine you didn't see that. All right, let's cut the intro music short this time. Welcome back, my friends, to the Micromotor studio with more problems than ever before, but hopefully also more fun than ever before. As I said already, and no one heard it, I think, by the way, let me crank up the volume a little bit. No one heard it because I don't know what happened. What I said was that I'm a little tired today because I've spent the weekend away in Mayuna Bay, like a couple kilometers north from here, at the annual Black Belt Camp, where the new showdown holes are initiated and are put through some gruesome 24-hour testing. So yeah, I didn't get much sleep, but I had a lot of workouts and I only came back yesterday, so I didn't have the time to prepare as usual, because after that, after I came back, I also had to hang out on the beach with my friends and consume a couple of beverages. So not much preparation, even though I've planned a lot more than usual for today's episode. So today things are going to be a little different. If you are hanging out on this channel for more than 2 years, you might have seen the last Micromotor Bazar that happened, when I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, in 2016, where I've sent out all the stuff that I didn't need anymore, or where I impulse purchased too many of them. So today, that's the task for me, to pack as much stuff as I can and send it out to you at mates rates. Yeah, due to the lack of preparation time, some more issues have crept up. Yeah, I hope it's done now, and I hope that you guys can see and hear me today. So the plan for today is to give you a couple of unique perspectives, behind the scenes stuff, and yeah, get a lot of parts moving. So Pilsner Popper says the last Bazar seemed like yesterday, and Ghafoor Hussein is logging off. What's up, buddy? I'm just getting started. So Madman comments on the Discord chat saying another epic potato moment. Yeah, you know, admit to your mistakes. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. That should probably be the motto of the show. So first person Q is loving my setup. Thanks, my friend. Yeah, so I have moved this camera there from the usual desk setup to a freestanding tripod to give you a little bit of a different perspective today and film my cafe table here to show you what stuff I'm unpacking, and also, yeah, as I said, you know, to give you a little bit of a different perspective than usual. So yeah, running the same video in 2 browser sessions is not good. I learned that the hard way as well, especially if you're running it on the computer that you're using to pipe the video into the live stream. So let's kick it off with my duty from last week, which is to draw some winners from our Whoop build live stream video from last week. Unfortunately, Travis not fast enough, can't make today because he's sick. So rest well, my friend. I'm going to use the YouTube. Why are you going black? The YouTube content picker that I think I've put up somewhere already. Yep, it's here. To draw some winners from last week. And I have to say, I really enjoyed reading a lot of comments from you guys. So I think we should do something like this more often to encourage people to comment and leave their opinion on the YouTube videos. So I read them all, I enjoyed them, and now I'm going to pick 2 winners. So commentpicker.com, I've put the YouTube URL in here, and I'm clicking pick a winner, start, flashing a couple of winners over the screen. You haven't been in there, you haven't been in there, and the winner number 1 is Bumpia Drake 960. So Bumpia Drake, if you want to out yourself, please send me a message in some way or another and tell me your address, and I will send you this lovely whoop here that I've built. Let me put it between the candles here. That I've built on the last live stream, and congratulations, you win. Bumpia Drake 960. He commented, great video, guys. And because we have 2, unfortunately we didn't have 3 because Michael, aka Monty FPV, didn't make it last week. There's another one, the Alien Whoop built by Travis, aka Not Fast Enough, which I'm going to pick right now. Start. All the people who didn't win flashing over the screen, and the winner is Mr. Foamy Ninja. Foamy Ninja, congrats, you are winning Travis Not Fast Enough Alien Whoop special build. Live build with lots of tools, lots of effort during last week's, feels like yesterday, last week's live stream. So congrats, Foamy Ninja. Send me a message in some way or form, and I'll pass it on to Travis to ship you the alien whoop. Yeah. All right. That's it for the duty from last week. Congrats to the winners. Let's move on. Well, I just see on the screen that I didn't even change the why is it? Damn, that's complicated. I didn't even change the bit.ly link down there because I have prepared a special shop page for you guys to purchase your tickets for today's show. Let me move over to this camera and let me chuck the live stream onto the screen so that you guys can entertain yourselves a little bit while I'm mucking around in Photoshop to find the right link. So to do this, I need to press this button, I believe. There we go. So in case you want to participate in the live chat, you can go to the link that's currently on the bottom and go to the Discord chat that's on the screen over there. And in order to make this a little easier for me, because I appreciate that you guys all are chatting amongst each other, it just makes it really hard for me to pick up the messages that are sent to me personally. So keep on chatting amongst each other, but if you want to send me a message that I should pick up during the stream, then please tag me. I think my username on Discord is Dr. Ben, so please tag me by putting @Dr. Ben somewhere in your message. Then I think it comes up in a different color and it's a lot easier for me to pick up on. For now, I want to create a bit.ly link to go to a specific product page that I've created, which will contain the mystery and not so mystery boxes, because I'm going to show you what I put in there that I will pack during today's show. So find the link that I need to shorten. So you can, if you're really smart and on the ball, you can just go to micromotorwarehouse.com and search for Bazar. I hope I'm spelling it right, but you got to spell it the way I do, B-A-Z-A-R, and then you find a page which is called Micro Motor Bazar 2018, and I'm going to dump this into bit.ly right now. Oh no, I need to log in so I can make a custom URL. Oh, what's my username on bit.ly? I forgot. I hope I just signed in with Google. John Tivitt, what's up, my friend? Is this chat different? Yeah, currently you are in the Discord chat, John, so that's the one I currently have on the screen. I also plan to put the other chat on the screen sometimes, maybe. Same, by the way, true for the YouTube chat. If you want me to pick up on the message you're sending on the YouTube chat, put @Micro Motor Warehouse. I think it works with an @ as well on YouTube, so that the message somehow gets highlighted for me and I can pick up quicker on it. So paste long URL, Micro Motor Bazar 2018, customize, and we call this the Bazar 2018. Save. So bit link has been edited. So copy and then go to, damn, this is not a right time for the trackpad batteries to die. Connected. It's just having some issues. Too much interference in this room. Go to Photoshop, edit the right line. Where is it? Come on. Logo. Bit.ly. Change. Command T. Edit. T. No, not Command T, just T. Bit.ly / Bazar 2018. Return, escape, file, export, switcher media pool, media player 1, export. Watch the magic happen. The Bazar 2018 brings you not to the chat anymore, so I might want to put the Discord chat link in there. Oh no, it's too complicated. Sorry, as I said, I'm a little bit tired, so if stuff doesn't work out, I just blame it on that. So no need to pre-order tickets. You can do this during the show. I mean, you can just purchase a ticket up front and then hope for the best. But the way it's planned is I'm going to pack 50 boxes. Here are the not folded yet 50 boxes that I put aside for today's packing, oh shit, marathon. It's just water, it will be fine. And then I have prepared, they printed all? No, they haven't printed all. They only printed up to number 35. 37 printed it well. So I've prepared a bunch of labels. I should drink the water before I create more problems. And I will pack those during the show, and you can then check them out. Explain more of that down the track. Let's get started. So thanks Pilsner Popper for your support to keep people informed with links. So I'm watching both chats, but yeah, because the computer running the chats is sitting up there, it's kind of hard for me to switch during the show between them. Oh shit, 50 boxes. Yeah, Mullet, the winners were announced from last week. We need to go back to see who it was. So, what is this? Bazar. Pilsner Popper is posting a Bazar link in here. Let's see. What is that? You posted the wrong link, Francisco. It says micromotorwarehouse.com/pro. No, that's not it. So, yep, it says sold out right now. So the way I want to do this is while I'm packing stuff, it's going online by me publishing the right inventory variants. Let's see how this works out. So sign in. Why do I have to sign in again? Andre Fonseca. Fonseca, I'm pronouncing your name properly. It says it's sold out. So Bazar. Bazar box. Yeah, the number 1 is 0. Someone purchased already. Let me check who that was. Whoever it was, thank you for buying the first box that I didn't even pack yet. So whoever it was, you can post in the chat what you want me to put in there. So that's, by the way, part of the plan anyway. You can post stuff you want. If I have it, I'll pack it. There's more to it that I made up, which I'll come to down the track. 2 minutes ago, Tyler Fulmer. I'm pronouncing your, yes, sorry for. I'm not good at pronouncing names. You've learned this already, right? Tyler has bought the first ticket. So Tyler, I don't even know your display name. If you could post, if you could out yourself in the chat and tell me what you would like. You know, the typical stuff that I have. I'll dig out some things that you've never seen before, maybe. But yeah, just, you know, put your wildest dreams into the chat, and I'll see if I can make it happen. My little chickens are going crazy outside. You know, we have one chicken, the smallest one, who has started about 2 years ago to believe that she's a rooster. So she's sitting under the house and crowing. This is Tyler. So Tyler is in Quitty FPV. He says, hang on, kids are giving me a hard time. So I'll make a couple of suggestions for you, Tyler. So the first thing that it's sitting here for quite some time, and I have not yet put this on the shop, and I didn't have time to do it. So these are a bunch of very special motors, never seen before, never heard before, more powerful than anything else you have seen before in this size. So they look like regular 8.5 by 20 millimeter motors, and they even have the very standard housing that I do not particularly like, because they have holes on the top and on the bottom, but they have a special coil that my favorite motor company has produced just for me, and they produce more punch than the 820-18, and they are said to be even more efficient, which is one of the reasons why they are producing more punch, because you know, you can increase the kV ratings of these motors to infinity. However, then you know, things start to burn up pretty quickly. So the limit on these motors is the performance limit is usually how much can you put in there without them starting to glow after a couple of seconds. So yeah, this is a new breed of 820 I haven't even made up the number yet, motors faster than and more powerful than anything else we have made before. They have not seen like you know, crowdsourced testing as all my other products yet. So yeah, if you want to have a bunch of these motors, I have made just this one batch here, so that's around 100 motors each direction. So happy to send all of them out today. So Inequity FPV says, surprise me. Let me have a quick look what Tyler has bought in the past. Tyler has already placed 15 orders with us. Thank you, my friend. And I'll have a quick look what other stuff he has bought in the past. Last order was in November. Bought an Alien Classic and some more Alien related parts, some more Alien related parts, another Alien Flight Classic. All right, you know, that gives me an indication what you need. I will dig out some vintage frames for you. So how about this? This is a 120mm X frame. Exactly the same footprint like the H frame, so the motor mounts line up exactly. So this is the perfect frame to put your Alien flight controllers on there, and of course we're going to include a bunch of motor mounts and another bunch of motor mounts with nylon hardware. Also, part of the new X frame design is a new right in front of my face is the best contrast, a new top plate. So you can screw this on top of here to mount your camera on top of it, and then there should be, where are they? Different blocks. There should be additional mounting hardware to go on to this one. Where are they? Yeah, right here. So comes with a bunch of standoffs, so you can mount that stuff properly. Here, a little bag of standoffs. So let me get some. Maybe it's more viewer friendly if I switch to the other camera while I'm running around here. So always when I'm going away, I'm going into my little warehouse office here, which is way too chaotic at the moment. One of the reasons why I'm doing this cleanup thing here. So I need bags, little Ziploc bags. All this little stuff here and my huge stack of Ziploc bags. I sometimes feel like a Coke dealer. So little Ziploc baggie here. Switching over to this camera, and I give you 5 of each direction. 5 counterclockwise. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, here's a bonus one. Clockwise. Click, clack. Magnet them together. Chuck him in here. And then zip it up. So this all goes into a little bag, little box I mean. They used to be stronger, these little boxes, but yeah, Australia Post is saving money, giving me the same price, a box with less cardboard. All that goes in here, and of course, as usual, I'm gonna put some cards in each of them. Sorry, I'm running out of stickers. I should have stacked up on stickers for this. So chuck a card in there, and then add sticker number 1 to this box. I feel I'm already behind in time through all the issues in the beginning. I do have some further stuff I need to do this afternoon, so I hope I can run through all of them today. Number one is done. Thanks, Tyler, for kicking it off. Let's move on. So there's also some people already purchased the add-ons. So what I have planned to give you the chance of scoring a little bit more is there's 3 more variants that you can check out in addition to specific box number. So in increments of 10, 50, and $100, you can put me a few dollars on top of the individual box price of $10 plus shipping. And when I see that, I will reopen the box and stuff some more related parts in it. As I've just done with Tyler, I'll go through your purchase history, or I think you can also add a comment to the checkout and put in your wishes, and whatever Micro Motor Santa has in store then, I will add that to the boxes. So I'm not sealing them yet, I'm not labeling them yet. I just put the number on there and stick them close so I can reopen them afterwards and add some more stuff. So while I do that, I will unpublish box number 1 and publish box number 2. Why can I not publish that one? Oh, this is the add-on box. Box number 2 going live right now. So hit me up in the chat, whatever you want me to put in there. I'll put up in the next boxes, and then if you're fast enough, then you can check them out right away. And if not, for most of the parts I have some more. So we'll chuck them together as we go. Oh, my $50 add-on has a price of 10, says Inquity. Let me fix that. Go in here, add, change it to 50, and then let's check the number 100 as well. Number 100 has, well, you have 100, yeah, so not everything I'm doing is wrong. So Waxfire says he still has one of the original boxes from the first Bazar. Props FPV saying what's happening. Can't repeat everything that I said until now, but I'm shooting out all the stuff that I don't need anymore, or what I impulse purchased in some dark nights. So to share some of the fun, some of the love. Ghafoor Hussein said, I paid for something. Thank you, my friend. Nothing that's paid for will be unshipped, so I go through all the Bazar orders over the next days and send every one of you who contributed some hard-earned dollars, some hard-earned toys. Frame is a ripper. Boys, what's happening? Running through Bazar deals. Get your tickets here. Thanks, Pilsner Popper. Christopher Potts purchased an X10 box. Anything better FPV. All right, let's see what we can do. Next box, number 2. Let me see. Did someone already checked out this box? Damn, you guys are going nuts. I'm already way behind. Thanks for everyone who's chucking money into my Bazar box. This is nuts. I can't see how I can do this all during today's live stream. All right, let's move on. Some Beta FPV parts. I love Beta FPV. These are one of my favorite suppliers of all time in this hobby. They're making great frames. Frames are good. Beta FPV frames. Let's take a bigger box. Frame take up some space. Box number 2 is going to be bigger. Code Flint. I wish I had a clue what's actually going on here. Yeah, sorry, that's hard to explain. I had my trouble explaining it myself. Who has bought box number 2? It's Christopher Potts. Yeah, that worked out well, my friend. Thank you. 24 orders already. That's awesome. I appreciate your support over the years, and it's going to be frames and suitable hardware. So some of the rare, people really like those version 2 frames that are quite lightweight, lighter than the V3 frames, because they're missing some of the support struts. So I hope you like these frames, Christopher. Whoop frames, 7 by 16 millimeters, and of course, bunch of related motors to it. Come on, switch. So requires 7 by 16 mil motors. Let me dig out a few of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 4 frames and 5 sets of motors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, that's good. So should maybe play some music in the meantime. Now, if some of you guys want to join me in the stream here, you're welcome to come and talk to me. There is today sadly no guest. I tried to invite Travis today again, but as I said in the beginning, he's sick, so sorry that you can't make it today, Travis. Francisco, if you are keen enough to join me, you're welcome to. You may join the Zoom meeting. And if anyone else feels like he wants some airtime, you can talk to Pilsner Popper, and he may share the Zoom URL with you. Did I send this to you already, Francisco? I'm not sure if you can go back in time in the related Facebook group host chat that I made up and see the link in there. If not, let me know and I'll chuck it in there in a second. So needs a little bit bigger box here for Christopher. Box number 2 needs to be larger. One of those. 4 frames, do they fit? Yep, they do. Whole bunch of motors. And a card. This is number 2. see it? Seems pretty bright. Number 2. Number 2 goes to Christopher. Thanks for your years of support of my small business here. Let's move on. Number 2 is getting unpublished, and number 3 is coming up. Publish, confirm. Travis is here in spirit. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the show, my friend. Ben is clearing out the warehouse. Get some deals in. Yeah, thanks Francisco for sharing the links again. What am I putting in box number 3? So number 3 is up. You can either buy it and then tell me what you want, or just chuck up a couple of suggestions. No, Christopher, I don't need your address. If you have checked out one of the boxes, you must have entered your address during the process, right? Let me check out. And in any case, Chris, I've sent you so much stuff already. It's going to Michigan, I believe, right? So I've got to be careful here to not dox anyone. Yeah, so the chat room is right in front of my screen here, so that's probably even far enough anyway, so that no one can see the details here on the screen. Got to be careful for privacy. Don't want to blast out anyone's address on the public internets. So I see another order coming in just now. The shop says, yeah, buddy, Larry Strunk, also in Michigan, has bought box number 3. So Inquity FPV is asking to throw another $10 on it without paying shipping again. I don't know if I can do this. The shop thinks that everything needs to be shipped, so ideally you want to add the extra add-ons while checking out. Yeah, I currently don't have a solution for that. Maybe I would need to set them up differently to not require shipping, but yeah, sorry, currently don't have a solution for that. So Pilsner Popper is trying to buy the last 2 boxes, and they're going like hot cakes. Yeah, I'm glad for that, but maybe it'll slow down after a while when half of the live stream inhabitants have gone to sleep. Larry, what do you want, my friend? Let me see if I have a couple of other suggestions. I do have a few of the, let me move the the chat out of the way for a sec. Was that the right button? Yeah. So see in the back there, my beloved, how do you call them? Drawers, little drawers for, used for tools, toolboxes. Yeah, that's the right word for them, toolboxes. Lots of stuff in there that I'm collecting, and let me see what I have. These here are some really lovely little elements that I have a lot of, and yeah, they got kind of out of fashion, but I think they really still have a place. If you want to FPV anything, these here are little all-in-one FPV cameras that have a quite strange shape. Some of you back in the days might remember them. They have a really nice lens. When I'm getting closer, it's not getting in focus here. Sorry for that. So they have a better picture than the usual tiny webcams, and they are also a little heavier. I mean, the antenna on them is quite heavy as well. You need to, you can, solder a different antenna on there. You can open them and get to the solder points. One of the issues with them is why they haven't been that popular, and I got stuck with a huge load of them that I couldn't sell, is that they need more than a single cell voltage. So what I think the best use for them is these days is to chuck them onto other stuff that you want to FPV and don't want to invest too much money and too much effort in. So for example, if you want to FPV a car that runs on 2S, then this is a neat little thing. Or if you just want to put like a camera up there where you're transmitting video constantly, just connect a 2S battery to it, and then you can stream video of this permanently. One other thing that sets them apart from a lot of the modern all-in-one FPV cameras is that the channel selection happens over dip switches. Now it's hard to see, but this little carrot on the side is a bunch of dip switches. So, it's a little harder to find the right channel, but once you've set it, and you can set it without switching the thing on, then it stays on that channel. So let me know, Larry, if you're interested in one of those. Here, Larry posts and says, I need anything for 6 or 7 millimeter. I've had a 65S for months and I have 6 mil on the way before I found you. Yeah, buddy, 6 millimeter. I have a lot of 6 mil stuff. Let me dig out a couple of things for you. So back in the dark back room, and let me see what I have. 6 mil still has its space. Next row up here is 6 mil. Where do we have 6 mil frames? These are 7 mil frames, 6 millimeter frames. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bunch of nice 6 mil motors. So 6 mil motors, we have them in a variety of speed ratings. One of my favorites are the 615-19 Dark Edition Insanity. The fastest one we could produce so far. Yeah, they are getting pretty warm, but they do produce the most power out of a 6 by 15 millimeter can. And I'm also adding a bunch of a little slower motors. If you're new to whoops, Larry, 17,000 kV motors might be a nice choice for you. So adding a lot of stuff in this one. So there's these frames here. There's not such a variety like on the 7 by 16 mil frames. These here are already maybe a year old or so, I think. Beta 65. Nothing, but just Beta 65 frames. One of the first frames that were available separately, and you didn't have to buy a whole quad and rip it apart. Very nice and soft plastic, really hard to break. 6 by 15 millimeter motor mounts, no struts, but 4 proper mounting posts for the hardware, and the small battery compartment. Not sure if you can see this on the camera. So giving you a bunch of these frames so you can crash the heck out of them, and a whole bunch of motors. The red ones are the 17,000 kV motors, and the black ones are the 19,000 kV ones. I recommend to put two-bladed props on the black ones. So if you don't have any two-bladed props, just take a nail clipper and clip off two opposite blades on a prop. Make yourself a two-bladed one. Makes it a little more efficient, but only on these motors. On all the other motors I've tested, actually reduces max performance and reduces efficiency, but on these 19,000 kV motors, it's reducing the top performance, but it's increasing the efficiency so much that looking at the regular batteries that we use, you actually get better top performance and you get a higher RPM, which makes a meaner sound. So one of the videos that has the most views on this channel is titled, I believe, Rambo Whoop Setup or something, and you see me on my old house cranking around the yard with my very first build with these motors. And a lot of the comments are on the sound. Really worked out well. Sounds like a little jet engine. So still one of my favorite setups because it just sounds so crazy. So again, big box for this one because it needs to fit frames. So if you want to have frames, you got to get in early because there's only so many of these larger boxes. So this is number 3. Damn, I'm slow. I need to talk less and pack quicker. This one goes to you, Larry. Thanks for playing with us. Box number 3 is packed. Moving on. Moving on. Unpublish number 3. Confirm. How did that happen? -1. Did 2 people check out at the same time? Yeah, if I'm making mistakes, if you bought something and I didn't mention you and you didn't get a shipment confirmation within the next couple of days, just harass me and I'll make it happen. Number 4 is going online. Do you want to publish number 4? Yes, I want. So, draw us the horde. Yeah, that's it. Andre Fonseca. If you're quick, Andre, I'll fix you up right now. He's saying I need connector PH2 battery lead. I got lots of those. I'm not sure if I even put them in the shop, but I recently, a couple of weeks ago, had my LiPo create me some special PH2 connector leads with different setup, not soldered but crimped. The advantage of that is that the plug is longer at the end, so you have something to grip on, and I hope it doesn't break as quickly. Not that they are really breaking by using them, but yeah, crashing them, I've seen a few of them break, so I hope that the new version is working better. So Code Flint is saying, I hate being clueless, but I can't figure out what you buy to get the process of one of these boxes started. So Kurt, that's the way I pronounce your name. You go to this link down here, and if you're in time, you can check out one of these boxes, and then I'll talk to you and send you some stuff. You can also just check out one of the add-ons there, and I continue packing after I close down the stream here and come back tomorrow morning to ship everyone some stuff that I couldn't personally mention and question during the show. So props FPV, thank you, my friend. You checked out number 4, so please let me know what you want. I'm looking in the shop. Robert J, 2 orders. So a relative fresh member of the family. Welcome, buddy. Let me know what you need. So props FPV. Props. I'd say you need some props. I'll go and see what I have on props. But yeah, while I'm back here, let me know what you need, and I'll get back to you. So what I do have a lot is orange props. That is orange 31mm props. So to kick it off, props FPV, here are 2 handful of orange props. So let's zip them up. I'll be nice and put the clockwise in one bag and the counterclockwise in the other bag. I hope that you like whooping as much as most of us do. These are 31mm props with 0.8mm hubs. I think the orange one, the orange version of these props has been discontinued, so consider them a rarity. As some of you know, I love orange, so that's why I bought all of them when they came out. Props likes orange, so building an HD whoop. So you might want to also have larger props then. So HD whoop, what is an HD whoop? HD whoop is, oh, hang on, let me check something that I've built and that has not seen much flight time yet. Let me chuck in HD whoop. So this here is my version of HD whoop. It already has a couple of jungle stains on it, so it has seen some flight time. It has this weird camera on top of it, which I consider the main novelty on this quad. So it has a larger camera than you usually see on the whoops. So let me use a comparison. So this one here is the regular size, the VM275 camera, one of my all-time favorites. And in comparison here, this thing is a little bit bigger. It has an extra board in the back of it, which has an SD card reader on there. I know it's hard to see on the camera, but the video is processed and sent off before it's passed on to the second board here, so you can record in HD, well, sort of HD, 720p, so actually same HD like this stream here, but you know, HD sort of relative, because the compression algorithm on this thing is not the best. So yeah, but it's as good as it gets. So this thing works quite well. It's sitting on a Inductrix FPV board. So yeah, kind of strange choice, but for some reason I've decided to build this thing a while ago. Sits on a 7x20mm frame, and yeah, it flies okay. Haven't used this for a long time though. I don't think I've even made a video of this thing. So consider the camera the main contribution here. You might want to find a different frame and different motors to put this thing on. But yeah, it works all right as it is. I chuck this in here for you. Let me see. Yeah, this needs a big box as well, I think. Does it even fit in here? I think it does, yeah. So, yep, it does fit. Chucking in a couple of extra props and a card. So that's right, Foamy Ninja. The FPV feed is still PAL or NTSC. I don't even know what exactly this camera is transmitting, but the recorded video is of higher quality than the video that is transmitted down. So this is box number 4. 8mm frame and motors if possible. I'm really short on 8.0mm motors that would be ideal to go onto that setup. So let me do the following. I've ran out of the clockwise motors of the 8.0s. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm giving you counterclockwise ones, and you need to reverse half of them. It's a bit of the pain in the tuchus, but yeah, it's possible to fly them like this. I've flown a lot of prototypes like this, and I'm adding a Beta 65S frame for you to it. So Beta 65S frame still fits in the box, yep. Plus 8 motors in the size of 8.0 by 20mm motors. This is what I would recommend to carry a little bit more payload around and get some very decent flight times. So if you put this together with a regular weight cam, you get up to 5 minutes of flight time with a 600 milliamp battery. So yeah, sorry I can't include any of those. International shipping prohibits batteries. So recommended battery for your props FPV is 600 milliamp. My LiPo. With that setup, I get up to 5 minutes of flight time. Thanks a lot, buddy. Moving on. Unpublish number 4 and publish number 5. Bug action, publish. Yeah, Francisco, all that for $10. You know, I know a lot of you are chucking a couple more bucks in, so in the end, it probably works out for me. A lot of these things otherwise wouldn't see the light again at all, but would die slowly in the dark. So, Foamy Ninja says, having a digital downlink requires a bit more hardware. The higher resolution offered by digital camera systems are nice, but the latency issue still exists. Exactly, that's why on larger quads, what people do is having 2 separate camera systems, one for the pilot camera and one for onboard recording. On micros, yeah, we can't really afford that luxury, so all-in-one recording and transmitting cameras work best. I see a new order coming in. This is probably box number 5. JT Walker has scored box number 5 and $10 add-on. JT Walker, one of the main contributors of sending my kids to college, has already 27 orders in my web shop, and he is a customer for over 3 years. Thank you, JT, for sticking around and supporting us for so long in sweet Cape Coral, Florida. What's up, Jesse? Let me know what you need. I'll have a look what you purchased last, and in the meantime, let me know what else you need. Oh, you already purchased another add-on before. $10 here and an 8-pack of batteries, which are going to be sent to you separately from the US warehouse. So since those fit into 7x16 mil frames, how about that? Some extra whoop parts to keep your truck in. But yeah, while I get those, let me know what else you need. Yeah, Adam. See if you can score one of those. Otherwise, I know you have been going nuts back in the days. So yeah, the 808 cameras, they've been awesome. I still have some of those, I think, as well. So Jesse, getting you some special 7x16 mil frames. How about those here? Do you have some more of those? Fire and flame and graffiti and new version number 4 or something it is, I think, or 3, I don't remember exactly, and bunch of related motors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot switching again, so you can watch my chair while I'm out and about. Bunch of frames for you, Jesse. Special version of the 65S frame in flame coloring, in graffiti coloring, in galaxy coloring, and then one in blue. New version, I think version 3 or 4, with extra support, but a little lighter. A better FPV, constantly improving. Love these guys, actually listening to us and improving stuff. I don't see a message from you, Jesse. What's going on? Quick, let me know what else you want while I'm zipping up these motors here for you. Also adding another business card for you, although you already have 27 of those. Fire whoop, exactly, says Wax Fire. Jesse's on Discord. Oops, sorry Jesse, let me have a look what you are messaging me on Discord. Yes sir, he says, Bam, son, no problem, my pleasure. 6 and 7 mil whoops are my favorite, he says. All right, then I made the right choice for you. Nice 6 or 7 by 16 mil frames and motors, and in case you don't have any, let me add some pigtails. In case you have pigs without tails or flight controllers with old pigtails, chucking in a bunch of pigtails for you. This is number 5 going out to Jesse, aka JT Walks. Thanks, my friend. Going onto the stack. Moving on. Unpublishing number 5. Publishing number 6. Pilsner Popper is trying to score his own and keeps posting the links and thus not getting in fast enough. Sorry, I need to rest my voice a little bit. You want to hear some funky music in the meantime? I have no one else to talk to today, unfortunately, so I guess my voice is going to be stuffed after this. Tyler, I see Tyler. Is it the same Tyler again? Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Yeah, sorry for that. Sorry for being so slow. Webshop is slow as well. I'm clicking and nothing is happening. Click on orders. I want to see who it is. It's Tyler Fulmer. Fulmer again. Damn, dude, you're fast. What did I send you last? I forgot already. What you want, dude? More of the same? Frank Barayas said he messed up and only bought the X50 box. Don't worry, even though that was not the plan, but everyone who is chucking some dollars in my Bazar jar will get something out of this. You can either message me or in reply to your order ideally, so I can work this out later, or you can, if you are getting the drift quick enough, you can put something into the order notes, or is there another way of doing it? I don't know. Or if you don't message me at all, I'll just go through your order history and send you something that I think makes sense for you. And if you've never purchased something before from us and still chucking a couple bucks in my Bazar jar, then I'll just make something up. So yeah, sorry, Frank, that I didn't mention it. For everyone else who has turned on in the meantime, this is how it works. I put up one box after the other, and it becomes available at this link down here while I'm doing it. BW says you got something through. So Tyler doesn't tell me what he needs. Ty from MD. Madman once more. Yeah, Tyler is at it again. I have even forgotten what I've put in the last box for you, Tyler. Which one was it? Maybe I can just add more into this one. That was box number 1, my friend. So let's add some more to it. What did I put in box number 1? Oh yeah, crazy 8.5mm motors and the X-frame. But I think you said you want to have whoops as well. So let me give you 7x16mm motors. But anyway, these are by far my favorite. Some of you might know these are actually the very first motor I had custom made. Even before the first whoop motors, even before the first 720 motors. I never sold them because I thought no one else wants them. And then a couple years later, kaboom! They turned into one of the best sellers of the shop. 2, 4, 6, 8. I need to have 8 matching counterclockwise motors. 2, 4, 6, 8. One extra one is tagging along here. So lots of 7x16mm motors for you, Tyler. I hope that's something that entertains you. My clock says 1 o'clock. I need to clock off at around 2:30. So 1.5 hours of this craziness is left. I do have a second job next to running the warehouse, which is voluntary. I'm not paid for this. I am on my way to become a martial arts instructor. So I'm spending 4 afternoons in the dojo learning to teach the kids in not getting punched in the face. So this is what I'm going to do after I'm done here. So a bunch of more 7x16mm motors for you, Tyler. I hope that suits. Oh, tires Inquity FPV. I'm sorry. 7 and you need a frame as well. Okay, cool. Let me add a frame. There's not much space in the little ones, but I will add one of the version 3, I believe it is. Blue frames, 7x16, and then box number 1 is full. Gets a special sticker. Who the heck is calling me? I don't know who that is. If you're watching the stream, whoever's calling me, I'm not picking up. Number 1 and number 6 for you, Tyler. Thanks for keeping the show going. Unpublished number 6. Confirm. Publish number 7. I need to speed up, so I'm mowing through all of these before the time is running out. Publish number 7. Exactly, Ben Sensei is coming up. Where's the Maryland flag? Dragon ears is there. I think you might have snatched the pebble pills. Or those. Who's coming up next? Quick! Number 7 is on the line. Wow, a lot of you guys are chucking in extra bucks using the X10, X50, and let me see, did someone check out already $100 one? Can't see any of those. Oh, I hear. Someone really wants to talk to me. All right, 1 second. Yes, you are. Sorry, it's a bad time to talk. Can you call me back later, my friend?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
All right, see you later. Some dude from Zendesk is calling me. I would really love to talk to him, but I think he's just wanting to upsell me on my Zendesk account. You know, time to give him a plug. I'm using all the let me see how many, all the oh come on, I need to sign in right now. Zendesk on Chrome, it should be logged in. All the 25,688 support tickets that I have, and Francisco, don't forget you here, that we have answered over the last 4 or 5 years have been processed through Zendesk. Otherwise, I would have gone mad already. So yeah, even though I forgot your name, sorry dude, who has just interrupted my live streaming, I appreciate what you're doing. Your software is awesome. Let's move on. Where did I get stuck? Right here. All orders. Did someone check out number 7? All orders. Come on, something's not working here. Oh, Francisco, you made it, my friend. Just talking to you about you. If you don't know Pilsner Popper is working for Micro Motor Warehouse as the support guru, answering whatever I'm not because I'm asleep or teaching kids how to not be punched in the face. So, Francisco, what you want, my friend? What you're currently into? So, Pilsner Pumper saying he's addicted to them 7x60 mil setups. Yeah, buddy, I got a lot of those. So, bunch more motors on the line here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Gotta find you a bunch of counterclockwise for those. Come on, switch. And yeah, the ringing I've just heard is probably my wife coming back, which is good. Then I can order some coffee. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. And bunch more frames. Do you like blue, Francisco? One, two, three, 4. What else do I have? Yeah, adding a F4 cube for you, using that to give better FPV a little plug on their awesome stuff they're making. This thing here is the F4 brushed cube, which is an all-in-one flight controller, receiver, camera, VTX, OSD, telemetry module. So transmits with 25 or 200 milliwatts, and no soldering required. Just solder it onto a frame, plug in a battery, off you go. So yeah, I hope you have fun with that, Francisco. Thanks for everything you have done for me in the past and in the present and in the future. F4 cube. Yeah, going all out. Internet connection died. Worst timing ever to do that. I think we're back. Sorry for that. My internet connection died, and I was staring at the DSL modem for 5 minutes, hoping that it would connect back up. And just before I gave up, the LED went solid again. I think I need some coffee. Hang on one sec. We're going to move on soon. Okay. I have ordered some coffee from my lovely wife, and trying to collect myself to move on. Yeah, DSL. That's the best I can get here. We are living on this island far down somewhere in the Pacific, where internet was only discovered recently. And once we have decided to roll out broadband connection nationwide, some politicians have stuffed it up. Mr. Turnbull has taken great pride in turning the NBN, the National Broadband Network, into a POS, Digital Silly Line, says Frank Barayas. Yeah, while I assume I was already talking to myself for a while, I've said a lot of nice words about you, Francisco, whose stuff I have been boxing up. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure which parts have been missed, but to wrap it up, I said I can't make every box as rich as yours, but I'm doing it because you have been such a great contributor to all my projects and my business for such a long time and have answered a significant amount of my 25,688 support tickets. So thanks a lot for that. I hope you enjoy the nice little whoop parts I'm sending you, and let's move on. Why is the pop-out chat not updating? Let's pop out a new one. Popping out the chat. Put the lotion in the basket. What does that mean? The roof fell off the wheel. Drinking a cigar city. So Tyler is 3 beers in. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. The point where I noticed that stuff isn't working anymore was when I tried to publish number 8. And it didn't work. Unpublish number 7. Confirm. Works straight away. We're back online and publish number 8. Thanks for everyone for hanging in there. Now is the chance to score box number 8. In the meantime, there's alcohol being sent through the chat. Remember, guys, this is supposed to be a kids-friendly show here, so be careful where you're sending the alcohol to, and I'll try to be careful to keep the language kid-friendly, even though I'm talking about Australian politicians, which are an amazing Muppet show. So, yeah. I wish I could play some real tunes on this channel, but I'm not sure how YouTube is going to react, or JT Walker again, when I'm playing copyrighted music on the live stream. As you probably know, and quite a few people ask me, how the heck do you do this? Why are you getting away with publishing videos with commercial music underneath? You kind of get away with this on recorded videos if you just give up your monetization rights. And for the longest time, I haven't monetized the Micro Motor Warehouse channel at all. But after a while, I realized that YouTube is actually punishing you for not monetizing your channel. You know, I don't care so much about the $3.50 I get per video. I put so much more effort into these videos that if YouTube sends me $3.50 or not really doesn't make much of a difference. But if YouTube can't monetize the stuff, then they're not suggesting the videos to lots of viewers. So that's why I started monetizing them. And then that's when they sting you if you are uploading copyrighted music. So Bob Marley is the worst. You know, I think that's not in the sense of Bobby and his family, but yes, some evil capitalists have bought the rights on his music, and they don't like at all if you are publishing videos with his content on there. But other music, it's okay. They even let you monetize it, and I think it's not very smart the way it's set up. But I think running published or copyrighted music on the channel is not good. But if you want to listen to some of the tunes that I would put on otherwise, I would put on Charlie 2&A coming through the instrumental right now if I had the choice, but I haven't, so let's move on. So exactly Ty from MD. Next box is coming up, which I think I've seen the chop notification from the Slack channel popping up here. JT Walker has scored box number 8. Rai Kai Kin, yeah, you'll see in the, I assume you just joined the stream. I'm sending away surplus hardware and never seen before, heard before stuff to my small but appreciated fan base out there on the internet. And JT Walker has scored again with his order number 28. Let me see, JT, what did I put in your last box? Is there some space left? 46 minutes ago, you already scored, and I have, no, this was, oh here, box number 5. You have purchased box number 5. Let's see what I've put in there, and let's see what I can add to it. Oh, there's 7mm motors and a whole bunch of pigtails in there. So what else makes sense on top of it? I have a good idea. I have a whole bunch of those, and I'm not sure if they're even on the web shop, but there's some very nice prints. So let's start with these. They are TPU printed parts. I'm not printing TPU myself, but my buddies at Phaser FPV / Phaser 3D have printed these neat mounts here, which are made of TPU, and they're used to mount a VM2751 onto a standard whoop mounting pattern without any glue, without any fuss. You are wrapping these two flexible parts here over the camera and mount it this way. I hope you have some of these nice cameras. I sold out of them and I won't get them back, so that's why I'm giving away these neat little mounts here, 4 of them. And let me think what else I could help you with, Jesse. Chucking in one of these neat little all-in-one 25 milliwatt, very nice lens quality cam VTX units. Need to be powered with 2S. So the way I did this on some of them is by soldering a voltage step up to them. So that you know how this works, Jesse, I'm sure you do, but just in case, I'm chucking this extra one here, which is running a Polulo 5-volt step up on the side. So that's the way I ran them on the Reggie Shark, etc. back in the days. Goes in the box as well. Jesse, what else do you need? Are you on Discord again? I'm not seeing it. Props. You want props. Yeah, Aero FPV. It's kind of a mix. You can either buy one of the X10, X50, or X100 sort of blind checkout boxes, and I go through them, and based on your order history with us, or on your order comments, or on your follow-up message, I sent you some related parts that I see fit of at least that value that you have pledged. If you score one of these numbered boxes, then I'll talk to you on the live stream here and make sure you get something tailored to your needs and wishes. In this case, Jesse wants more props. Yeah, there's no props in there, so you should get a little props. As I said, I love and have a lot of orange props, so I'll chuck in 2 hands full of orange props. I already hear the mixer going upstairs for my coffee being prepared. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of the bulletproof diet. If you haven't checked this out, Bulletproof by Dave Asprey. Basically means that you're replacing a lot of carbs in your diet with fat. So for example, instead of putting glucose and lactose in your coffee, you're replacing it with different fat. And the sound of the Thermomix means that the coffee is getting close to ready. Lots of orange props for you, my friend. I think there's not enough counterclockwise. Needs more counterclockwise props. Just guesstimating the number here to not waste more of your time by counting props. But yeah, I don't want you to sit there with not enough props of one direction. Bist du live im Internet? Vielen Dank. Cheers. Yeah, my wife doesn't like to be live on the internet, so that's why she disappeared again quickly. Yeah, if you haven't caught this bandwagon yet, our bulletproof coffee is the bee's knees. Coffee, grass-fed butter, coconut fat, what's it called again in English? Protein, I forgot, and turmeric and pepper and chili goes into this special mix of coffee. Orange props and some nice FPV cams. Yeah, mugs. These mugs are available on the web shop as well. So in case you want to have your contribution converted into mugs, other side has a hoop dog on it. I'm happy to do that as well, and maybe even design some custom mugs for you. Very nice mugs, very good quality. Drinking coffee out of this one here every morning for the last 2 years or so. Sometimes in the afternoon. Usually not, usually just one coffee a day, but on special days like these, pumping myself up with an extra coffee. Number 8. Box 5 and 8 combined in one. Thanks for the love, Jesse. Let's move on. Number 8 gets unpublished, and number 2 gets, number 9 gets published. Get ready. Number 9 is online right now. So Adam says, do I need to post my order number to get the options here? They call it the Atkins diet in the US. Yeah, I heard of that, but don't know exactly what the difference is between Atkins and Bulletproof. I just love listening to the stuff that Mr. Dave Asprey puts out. He's also running lots of online content, having a web shop with lots of stuff. But yeah, if you haven't listened to this yet, the Bulletproof podcast gives you lots of good tips to reach a state of high performance. My performance today is not high enough to crank through all of these, so I'm considering to extend the show to the next Advent shows. There's space for a couple of more candles left here. So let's see. Are you guys on the ball again? 1 minute ago, Frank Barayas, I hope I pronounce your name somewhat correctly, has scored box number 9. Frank already has 6 orders in the shop. Thanks for your support, my friend. Let's see what else you have bought from us in the past. So you have been not on for a long time, so I reactivated you with that funny stream of this. Welcome back, my friend. I see you've bought 480 milliamp MAAAAD and 11T pinions back in September 2015. So tell me, Frank, what you up these days? What you up to these days? Any X4 chargers available? No, sorry, don't have any chargers yet. Well, basically I do have some, but they are the regular voltage ones. They've sent us the wrong charger, so everyone who's ordered one of the high voltage chargers and didn't get one but the wrong one, I apologize. We're about to fix this. The new HV chargers are supposed to arrive very soon in the US. I do have, though, 75X and 65X frames. Happy to serve you with that, Frank. Let me get you some of those. And I don't have many related parts, though, yet. So should have a bunch of those. Let me see what I can stick in there. 75 and 65X frames. Two each. Not really fully stocked yet on all the brushless parts, but yeah, the recent better FPV BNF offerings have swayed my opinion on brushless whoops. 75X frame, 2 of those. 65X frames, 2 of those. Needs to go into a big box. Related motors and flight controllers should be coming soon. So far I don't have many of them yet. Does it fit in here? No, it doesn't fit. I need to take one of them out of the box. So Mobular 7. Yeah, recently watched the video of Nick Burns talking about Mobular 7 frame replacement. I think you need to hack the canopy quite a bit to put it on here, but yeah, that should be alright. Which reminds me, I'll add some canopies for you. Maybe that works. Not sure. I don't have a Mobular 7. The takeaway of Nick's video is, don't believe all the crap that people tell you, but yeah, research if the dude who is telling you something on the internet about the Mobular 7 actually has one. I don't have one, so I'm not telling you stuff about it. But I do have a couple of better FPV canopies. Chucking 2 in for you here, and because I have this drawer open here, I'm adding 2. I hope 2 are still fitting into the box. 2 nice hovercraft sets. I hope you like pink. Is it pink? I'm partly colorblind, so I hope this is pink. Does it fit in here? Damn, it's getting tight. No, it doesn't. I think I need to unbox some more frames. I have an insane collection of these blister packs. If I take them out, then frames and micro hovercraft kits are fitting in the box. By accident, I've deleted the product from the shop. After, I'm currently busy with restructuring a lot of my inventory management in the back end. So everyone who has experienced issues with the checkout, I'm sorry for that, and apologize for Drone Junkie for deleting his parts of my shop. They will be back, but currently they're not selling because the shop doesn't have them. So in case you haven't built I'm talking actually, Frank. In case you haven't built a tiny hovercraft yet, it's wicked fun. You have these Teflon sheets that go at the bottom, or maybe I should give you two different colors. Then you can mix them up. You can build two different ones with mixing up the colors. So what fits to pink? What fits to pink? How about, yeah, black. Black and pink. Black and pink makes a nice combo, right? So you can build two of them and mix up the different parts so that the ducts, for example, are a different color than the base. So frame in here, frame in here, frame in here, and unbox one more. Come on, open up. So that makes a full box. I hope you're enjoying those parts, Frank. Checking in another card for you, so that you know where to buy spares if you've broken it all. Even though, yeah, breaking hovercraft is kind of difficult. Long-term drifting fun. This was box number 9. Box number 9 on the stack. Thank you, my friend. Moving on. Unpublished number 9. Publishing number 10. Pink is the best color of them all, says Pilsner Popper. And yeah, if you want one, I do have a few pre-built that I'm willing to send away too. Just to show you how it looks. I like black and red, so I built a few like this. Hovercraft kits, Teflon on the bottom, really very carefully built to make them 100% flat on the bottom, and then mixed up the colors, topped it up with a Alien Flight Classic Narrow FC with a custom firmware version programmed by my buddy Travis, not fast enough, who hopefully is still watching. If you do, rest well. I hope you get well soon, and maybe you want to contribute, participate in the next of this show next week. The difference is, I mean, you can run them with regular FCs as well, that you have explicit control over the lift and the thrust motors, and that the yaw control only works on the 2 thrust motors, which just allows awesome drift control on these little things. If you have some sort of a flat surface, upstairs I do have polished floorboards. That's just awesome fun. I run them with 600 milliamp batteries. You get 10 minutes of flight time out of them. Exactly. A multi-Wii command stick shirt is worn by my chair, which you cannot buy in my shop, and I'm not sure if it still is existing in his shop, but yeah, putting out a plug at this stage because we're talking about his hovercraft kits. This shirt here, worn by my chair, is has been sent to me by my buddy Drone Junkie. Drone Junkie in the UK has made these shirts very nice print quality, as opposed to lots of other shirts produced in these printing shops. Very nice quality. Kurt Flint says, I have to pay through PayPal and it just seems to take too long to actually buy a box that way. The transaction claimed that it was successful for box 8, but it says no longer in my order. I'm sorry for that, my friend. So my son and I are going to try for every box from here on out. I appreciate your persistence, my friend, and we'll get there one way or the other. Let me check quickly what I can see in the history. Yes, 23 minutes ago, you've placed a big order for a 1S brushed flight controller and $100 worth of stuff on top of it. I appreciate your contribution, Kurt. How do I pronounce this properly in English? I mean, Kurt is a very common German name, so I'm just pronouncing it Kurt for now until you correct me. And yeah, greetings to your son as well. I appreciate that you're hanging in there together. I think micro FPV, RC, hovercrafting, and everything related is an awesome vehicle to teach the kids about electronics and engineering, and also a awesome way to form bonds between generations. So I'll make sure, Kurt and son, that I'm going to send you something very related to the Beta F4 1S brushed controller that you've ordered. My favorite setup is still 7x16 mil Modus frames and 255 milliamp my LiPo high voltage batteries. So I'll make sure that you get plenty of stuff for the $100 you've put on top. Still, I appreciate if you'd score one of the extra boxes, but don't worry, my friend. I'll make sure you get flying, hopefully before Christmas, depending on Australia Post. Giving them a plug here. Australia Post, delivering stuff late since 1806. Frank Barayas says, bought a box and an X50 with PayPal, works okay for me. Yeah, you know, it's just like there are quite a few people who have figured out to super quickly check out as soon as I have published stuff. So apologize if you don't score. I will keep moving. Yes, props. I do have, I think, 1 or 2 sets of the 08, 02 models, but yeah, not enough yet to give them away here because they might have been already checked out, and so yeah, not in abundance yet. But yeah, as I said, I'm starting to ramp up my inventory on brushless parts from Beta FPV because finally, after the last round of models they have produced, I'm convinced that that actually makes sense. Previously, I wasn't convinced. I've built a lot of brushless quads. I just haven't talked too much about them because I didn't like them. Beta 65X and Beta 75X, though, wicked little quads. So where did I stop? Box number 10 goes to Robski 2011, Mr. Rob J from Victoria in Australia. G'day, mate. Happy to have you here as well. In the middle of Monday, you're taking time off your day to watch this geeky stream. Appreciate your your participation here. Tell me what you need, and I'll pack a custom box for you. Frank Barayas says, how do we direct message you? The best way to contact me is support@mmw.rocks, R-O-C-K-S. Or to make it easier for you, if you've purchased something, you get an order confirmation email, just hit reply to that and it gets straight into my currently a little crowded support inbox, but I have put it on my cards to get back on top of it. So yeah. So everyone who has exactly Thai, everyone who has just managed to check out one of the X10, X50, X100 boxes, I will go into your order history and seek out some parts that fit to your previous orders, or if you have some special wishes, then reply to the order confirmation message. Damn, I've been talking a lot today, and I'll see if I can accommodate your wishes. Robert Robski. Yeah, Bock FPV. I think I just said what happens with the X10, X50, X100 boxes. Stream is a little bit delayed, 4 seconds plus some buffering, maybe 5 seconds. So maybe you haven't read it yet. If not, the other guys in the chat room, if you could help out those who are confused about what I'm doing here, I appreciate your support and help. Let me have a quick look into the Discord chat if Robski is hanging out there. No, he already has ordered twice from us before, once today, just on box number 4. Damn, sorry for my short memory. Box number 4 was checked out by Robert already. So yeah, props FPV. All right. Sorry, I'm getting massively confused by the fact that you guys all are giving each other different display names than real names. Yeah, so this is too much for me, but now I got it. Props FPV is Rob from Victoria, so box number 4 was already yours. I think I put props in there, right? Yeah, lots of props and the HD camera. What else can we add to that, my friend? What else do I have that fits the bill? So there's already this HD whoop in here. There's 8.0mm motors, 8.0mm frame, and a whole bunch of 31mm props. Well, more props, I would say. Oh yes, switch. It's kind of impolite. I figured to move out of frame. Auto switch. Yep, does it. So what you need is 40mm diameter and 1mm hub propellers. Let me see what I have. Bunch of those. Oh, I think I didn't even put those in the shop yet. 40mm props. Whole bunch of props. Whole bunch of props. You don't get all props FPV, but a handful each. I'm running out of Ziploc bags. Said the Coke dealer. More Ziploc bags. More Ziploc bags. Handful of props in one direction. Handful of props in the other direction. Also, because this is actually going to Australia, domestic shipping, I can add some batteries here. Let me see what I have. I think I ran out of 600 milliamp batteries, but I do have some very nice 450 milliamp batteries. So they don't run as long as the 600 milliamps because obviously they have less capacity, but they have a much higher C rating, so they actually provide a higher maximum current than the 600 milliamps, even though they have a lower capacity. They are rated at 50 C continuous, and that is a rating by MAAAAD. So trust that a lot more than battery discharge ratings from other manufacturers. However, the rating might be below the cell rating might be above the rating of the plug. So this is really maximizing what you can get out of a cell of this size. Fits nicely into the 820 setups. So yeah, I hope you have some fun with that. Rob, enjoy your props, Mr. Props FPV, and some of the most powerful 450 milliamp 1S batteries that I have ever seen. Welcome, buddy. Kurt Flint says, I have it right. I think you're commenting on my pronunciation of your name. If I got it right, I'm happy about that. This was box number 10. Unpublish and get your trigger fingers ready. Box number 11 is coming up while I add sticker number 10 to box number 4. Going to Props FPV. By the way, Props FPV, Victoria, there will be the Scouts Jamboree in Victoria somewhere, or not in Victoria, it's actually in South Australia, somewhere a couple of beers away from Adelaide, and we're going to have 2,500 little scouts flying micro FPV, so maybe that's something that interests you. Adam Madron has 2 handles. One is his real name and the other one is Madman1412. Yes, some of the handles I'm familiar with, not all of them, so I apologize when I get it wrong, but yeah, something along these lines. I said earlier today, the motto of this show is to admit to the gap or something like that, I said. So number 11 is on the line, my friends. If you wanted to score one of these boxes, that's your chance. Number 11 is still on the line. Ty from MD is Ty from MD and iniquity, whatever that means. Sorry for the silence. Shouldn't do this on global TV, but yeah, gotta rest my voice a little bit. So there's something left after the show. Someone posted, and I read this while I was offline, what discipline I'm teaching. I'm practicing and teaching Shotokan Karate. So I think this contributes greatly to my personal physical and mental development, as it does for voice projection. If you're in front of a class of non-focused kids, the main thing you need to do is practice your presence and voice projection. Number 11 is on the line. Did something not work out? All the other boxes have been snapped up so quickly. Kurt managed to snatch number 11. So let's get down to business here. 1S F4 flight controller. Let's upgrade that. Oh, my apologies for not switching cameras again. I really needed dedicated camera crew who's pushing the buttons for me to follow around. Maybe I can publish the console on the internet so you guys can click my buttons. So upgrading your 1S flight controller you have purchased earlier to a F4 Cube. That includes the camera, all plug and play, and adding onto this are micro forceps. I'm going to talk about this a little bit in a second, and a whole bunch of related parts, which includes some frames and some props, some motors as well. So zipping up some orange props for you. They go extra nice with these midnight colored, almost black but slightly shiny, not even sure what the color is. It says midnight on them, so it's a little reddish, pinkish, but very dark. Frames look almost black probably on camera, but they're not black, midnight colored. So looks very nice, I think, with orange props. Well, most frames look great in my opinion with orange props. So handful of clockwise, handful of counterclockwise. Yeah, that sort of seems like the same amount. Enough props to keep you and your son going for a while. By the way, what's your son's name? I want to give him a shout out here. How old is he? So 2 frames for F4 flight controller, supporting OSD telemetry, integrated FR Sky receiver, all plug and play, just screwed onto the frame. To make mounting a little easier, I add on a 12.5 centimeter curved forceps, used usually in surgery to clamp blood vessels. Very nice tool to get your wires of your motors lined up, which, sorry, I need to push the button again, which brings me to the next item that needs to be in your box, and that is a whole bunch of 7x16mm motors. 2, 4, 6 in one direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the other direction. That should keep you going for a while. They're officially rated for 5 to 6 hours of runtime, but they usually exceed that by far. Reason for that is that they're a lot more efficient than 6x15mm motors, which means they don't run nearly as hot, and thus the lifetime is increased significantly. We've seen them running up to 20 hours on the test bench. So that's pretty much it, what you need to build a nice whoop frame, flight controller, camera, motors and props. There are, let me check, probably no batteries included, because you are in sunny California, and I'm sending this stuff out from Australia. I cannot send batteries to you. If you need some, if you don't have any yet, then please message me and we'll make it happen from our US shipping location to send you some batteries. Has a 2mm plug, PH2 plug on the flight controller, so you need between 200 and 260 milliamp stick type batteries with PH2 connector. So get a box for you. Ooh, lots of messages in here from my beloved moderators, Adam, Madrim, and Pilsa Popper, aka Francisco. So, does it all fit in here? Yes, it does fit. So, if you need any help with that, chucking in a card, as I hope I've done on all of them so far, reply to the order email is an option to get in touch as well. I hope you have fun with those parts. Kurt and Son, did you tell me your son's name? No, you didn't. So unknown son, your father is an awesome guy for helping you to get into the hobby. Oops, forgot the forceps. This, I wish as a kid I would have had the chance to play with all this stuff. I hadn't, I was playing with other things, so now I'm catching up on this. And I'm spending my days playing with micro toys and with you guys. So this was box number 11. While I'm boxing this or sticking the sticker on the box, number 12 goes on the line. Kurt Flint says, my internet goes out. Oh, that's why you haven't been here. Number 11 went to you, Kurt. You've missed it all. Damn. I'm not saying it again. You may go back in the recording of the stream. You can just go back a little bit and watch the last 10 minutes, and you'll see me talking about all the nice goodies I have packed into box number 11 for you. I won't repeat everything, just the last part. If you have any comments or questions on this, I'm happy to help you out. Message the email on the card that I've put in there, or just reply to any of the order confirmation messages, and we'll make you fly. Thanks, Kurt and Son. Good luck to you. Happy flying. Moving on. Number 12 is on the line. So while I'm waiting for box owner number 12, I switch over to this camera and play some tunes for you. So the way I'm playing tunes, damn, it's hot in here. I'm playing some random music from, I don't even know who it is. Well, that was quick because Mark in Kent Town, South Australia, has scored box number 12. Thank you, my friend. Your first order from us. I appreciate your contribution to the family, and let me know what you want. Mark, are you new to the micro FPV flying fun, or are you just new to Micro Motor Warehouse? Let me know what you need. How about a pre-built alien whooped or alien brained hovercraft, or some insane 8.5mm motors, or something else? Let me know what you need. I don't see you yet in here. Kurt says that his son's name is Ulysses. That's a name. Sorry for my ignorance. That's I've never heard this as a name before, but that doesn't mean anything. I haven't heard of a lot of things. So if I'm getting this right, Ulysses, your dad is doing an awesome job in getting you the toys you need to develop the enthusiasm you need as a future engineer. So Neon X says, haha, not my first order. So is that you, Mark? I think now I'm connecting the dots here. Neon FPV, right? If I remember correctly, I met you at one of the last events. I don't remember, I've been to so many of them. And you schooled all the old guys in flying whoops. That was one of the first events where we had a dedicated whoop race, and you showed them how it works, right? That was you, if I remember correctly. So, Ulysses it is. Yep, that's me, Mark. Welcome back. I'm glad you're hanging out here with me. Do you have a job? What are you doing in the middle of the day, hanging out in front of this crazy live stream? Anyway, what do you need? More whoops? I remember you bought one of the pre-built whoops that I've brought to the show at that time. Did you smash it to pieces already? Do you need some spare parts? 7x16mm whoops. I do have another copy of exactly what you had before. Interested in that? Let me know what you need, my friend. Hybrid World in Adelaide, exactly. That was some awesome fun indeed. There's a video. I made quite a few videos about that show. It was awesome. If you are interested in what I'm talking about, click on this channel here and put in hybrid, and then you'll find a couple of videos of the Hybrid World in Adelaide sometime earlier this year. That was an awesome event. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I do have another copy of this, might even one of those that came off the show, and I didn't manage to put it on the shop, so no one bought it. Or just you know, a couple of spare parts to keep your stuff going. Or if you are not into drifting yet, I recommend one of these. Sounds pretty good, he says. Surprise me. So I think you certainly should get into hovering, hoovering, drifting. So let me know Mark, do you have some sort of DSM transmitter? Because that's what you need to fly one of these. The old classic alien flight controllers are running with a Lemon RX receiver, which I have glued underneath here. I'm not sure if you can see that. So if you have a DSMX transmitter of some sort, I would like to send you one of those. Not seeing a response yet, so I'm boxing this up unless you tell me otherwise, that you absolutely hate drifting and or do not have a DSMX flight controller. Do you want black red or red black? So you also need batteries to that. I know you're in Australia, so I can send you a few of those WICAD 450 milliamp batteries as well. You can also run these hovercrafts with various sizes of batteries. 450 is a great size for it. 600 milliamp is okay as well. All your 200 milliamp batteries will work as well, but you only get like 3 to 5 minutes of runtime out of them. Flying parts and stuff is cool. All right, changing the plan. Flying parts for you. Orange props. These are clockwise, so I need some counterclockwise props. Switch. Counterclockwise orange props, which are these here, and bunch of 7 by 16 mil motors, 2, 4, 6, one way, 2, 4, 6, I said the other way, and bunch of frames. So zipping it up. Come on, let go. So Pilsner Papa's asking if the handling does change much on the hovercrafts between 200 and 600 milliamp. Not so much. It makes it a little heavier, so when you go off the throttle, it scratches a little bit more on the floor, which is actually a desired feature, I would say, because if you are full-on drifting, they can be a handful to control. So it's quite a bit of a learning curve to drift well with them on full throttle. But yeah, the handling doesn't change nearly as significantly as it would on a quad. I mean, a quad that runs well on 200 milliamp batteries doesn't even fly at all on 600 milliamps, and something that needs 600 milliamps doesn't get nearly enough power out of a 200 milliamp battery. Yeah, they work fairly similar on a variety of battery sizes. So Neon FPV, bunch of clockwise motors. That's one of my favorite color combos, by the way. Blue frame, orange props, looks awesome. Easy to find in the grass. As again, not counting props here, just kind of eyeballing the right amount, left, right, and center. And then 2 frames, really hard to break these frames, whole bunch of props, whole bunch of motors. And because you are in Australia, adding a bunch of batteries for you as well. Got just recently a fresh load of my LiPo 255 milliamp high voltage batteries, chucking in a bunch of those for you. I'm sure you still have a bunch of them, but it's always good to have fresh packs. So moving on, unpublishing box number 12 and publishing box number 13. 13 is on the line while I'm stickering up box number 12. Well, this didn't nearly work out as good as I thought. I was optimistic and thought I can blast through 50 boxes in 3 hours, but no, talking too much and probably putting too much stuff in, and internet connection issues have delayed stuff. So I would say if you guys enjoying this show, we're gonna move on next week with the remaining boxes, but there's still around 30 minutes left before I need to clock out. So let's paddle through a couple more. This was box number 12 going to Mr. Neon FPV. Let me see. Did someone already went trigger happy on box number 13? Or are we slowing down? Looks like we're slowing down, guys. What's happening? Get the trigger finger ready. Still suggesting one of these nice hovercrafts. I've spent a lot of time to build them straight. So if you don't build them 100% straight at the bottom, then it's scratching on one side more than on the other on the floor. And that means when you go off the lift throttle to slow down, it's moving one way or the other. It doesn't stay 100% straight, even though the yaw control helps to compensate that. But yeah, like it is with these setups, you shouldn't rely only on the flight controller to keep things straight. Build them as straight as you can, and then add artificial stabilization to it. And yeah, these things drift like they are on rails. If you go back in this channel about, I think, a year or half a year or so, you see a couple of videos of me drifting all around upstairs. It's wicked fun. I always like drifting, but drifting on a car is difficult. You need to build a very specific car. It needs to be set up just right, needs to have the right tires, needs to have the right surface. And then still drifting is hard work. These things is like drifting on steroids, like you've turned on all the how do you call them? If you're playing a video game and you turn on these artificial helpers that help you stay on track, it's like that. Drifting made easy. It's wicked fun. So, lucky number 13. That's right. Who is on the line for number 13? John scores number 13. First order, thank you, John, for coming to the party. What would you like? Are you into flying already? Do you need some spare parts, or are you starting from scratch? What kind of transmitter do you have, John or Josh? John in the United Kingdom. Let me know what you need, my friend. I get a custom box for you together. How do you know what box number you bought? Says Arrow FPV. It says it on your checkout confirmation. If you have scored one of the until now 13 boxes. Yeah, I'm sorry for being so slow. If you have bought one of the, it's called wildcards, then there's no number attached to the box, but you get a regular checkout number, no specific box number, and you can message me with your wishes, or I go back through your order history if you've bought something before from us and select some parts that I see fit. Adam wanted to be number 13. Sorry that didn't work out for you, Adam, but John in Tonbridge, UK scored number 13. So let's play some tunes while I'm waiting for John to give me some ideas. There's 27 or 26 sevens, 26 seconds worth of relaxed tunes. John says he's flying already. Just bought a Max Tiny Hawk, so some of those 450 milliamp batteries sound good if shipping possible. Sorry, I don't have any of those in the US currently. So, oh no, sorry, you're in the UK. Don't have them in Europe either. So, what could I send to you instead? How about hovercraft? Do you have a DSM transmitter? How about some old school FPV camera? Or do you have some brushed whoops where I can send you some spare parts for? Let me know, John, what I can send you. Any toy whoop parts is cool. All right, let's do that. Let's see what I have for you. Here are, this is one of the old school ones. This is who's calling me again? Come on, dude. Hello, Benedikt speaking.
Hello, it's Robin calling from the King Camper Dental Care. How are you?
Very good. Can you call me back in around an hour?
Yeah, no, I'm just confirming tomorrow at 10:15.
I'll be there, thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Cheers. Oh, my dentist is calling me. I'm getting a, what's it called? A mouth guard. So I'm not getting my teeth smashed in. This here is a old school Rambo whoop. I'm gonna spruce this up with a couple of spare parts. It's running one of the old B-Brain version 1, I think, and one of the old Echin E10 frames with 615-19 motors and two-bladed props. What I spoke earlier about the setup that screams so nicely. So gotta add this up with a couple more spare parts so you can keep running and smashing this thing without remorse. So needs another or two 6 by 15 millimeter frame, a bunch more of these nice black 6 by 15 millimeter cans, and I really like orange propellers on black motors. So the original ones here are red. That's how old they are. That's when I still had the E-Sheen E10 propellers. Already cut off 2 blades, so if you're replacing them with these props here, I recommend to use a nail clipper and clip off 2 blades to increase efficiency and top speed of the propellers. So 2 frames as well for you. That also needs to go in a big box. Well, I haven't packed any small boxes today. Bags of props, bags of motors. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And old school whoop, integrated FR Sky receiver, and one of my hack jobs, combined glue, hot glue and silicone. Glues the stuff on here nicely, running one of the old school VM275 1 cameras where the lens is reinforced with epoxy glue. I recommend this to all of the VM275 1 cameras, otherwise in a crash the lens might dislocate from the PCB and then it's game over. Number 13 is leaving the stage and up comes number 14. Lucky number 13 goes to the United Kingdom. Thanks for playing with us, John. Number 13 goes onto the stack. So, let's see. Have you been quick already? No. Should I play some more tunes? Tunes from audioblocks.com, giving those guys a plug. That is royalty-free music. Reggae Bounce. Mark Bevan has licked the blood and checked out number 14. Damn dude, what else can I put in your box? I've already, let me see, number, it wasn't too long ago, right? Number 12 is yours already. So let's stick some more parts in there. Damn, there's already a lot of stuff in there. There's frames, heaps of propellers, batteries, heaps of motors. What else do you need? Chucking one of those in here, little FPV camera, or switch to the other cam. I hope you have some use for that. Too heavy for a whoop, but many other fun uses. For example, clipping one on your head to run around on FPV events and play the rover cam. What else do you need, man? Already offered you the hovercraft. You didn't want that because you don't have a DSM transmitter. what other parts do you have that could fit the bill? You have a DSM mate. All right, that makes it easy. Checking in one of those. Do you want red black or black red? I also do have some other colors made up. Here's all yellow is not finished yet. I do have a blue yellow and a red blue. Pick your color, my friend, and I'll add that to the box. What color would you like? Taking a guess. I really like black red. So putting in black red unless you tell me otherwise. Damn, it's getting full in here. Shuffle some parts around. And then the hovercraft fits right in here. No room left in my box too, Jesse. So this was box number 14. 3 minutes ago, going to Kent Town in South Australia. So yeah, let me know, Mark, if black and red is right with your DSM mate. Sounds good. Awesome, buddy. Let's move on. Number 14 is history. Number 15 is coming up, and there's 15 minutes left on the clock. So, any other questions that I can answer in the meantime? There was some messages in the Discord chat. Yeah, sorry for the confusion. Some of you still didn't get it, which I blame totally on me because I probably didn't explain it properly. The boxes that have a dedicated number on it, I fill them right here live, and I try to accommodate your wishes that you post in the chat. If you have scored a number at checkout if you scored a box without a number attached to it, one of the X10, X50, X100 wildcards, then you can reply to your order confirmation message. Or if you don't do that, and if you already have an order history with us, then I go back and find some related parts for you in at least the value that you have pledged. And as usual in these Bazar boxes, if I miss the mark somewhere, if you feel that there's not enough good enough, high value enough stuff in one of these boxes, message me and I'll make it right. So get box number 15 here. Sounds like the Hoovers need 8-bit brains. Well, they do have that, Adam. That's what they are. Hovercrafts have 8-bit brains. One of the reasons for that is I have a lot of them, and another reason for that is not fast enough was nice enough. So not fast enough is actually nice enough to have hacked together a special version of multi-Wii to allow me to bypass the PID controller on 2 channels, which are the lift channels, and only run the yaw stabilization on the 2 top motors. So you can have separate lift control, which is completely manual, and then PID controlled thrust of the 2 top motors, which make these things drift like they are on rails. We all need 8-bit brains, exactly. one of the challenges of these 8-bit flight controllers is that you do not have as many resources as you do have on 32-bit flight controllers. And thus, back in the days, all the development efforts went into optimizing the amount of code we can upload onto these flight controllers, and which led to some very nice outcomes. And also, it's a lot easier hackable. So as opposed to a very elaborate, what do you call that, development chain, compiler chain you need for modern flight controllers, you just need an Arduino IDE, integrated development environment, and you can very easily adjust the flight controller programming on these things. So that's why I still love using and hacking on these. So David Tatum says, think I got number 15. Let's check it out. Number 15 went to, indeed, David in Newington, CT. I don't know what that is. CT in the United States. Scored number 15. That's his second order. First order was on November 22, 2016, and you bought a bunch of 1.25 millimeter pigtails. Old school, my friend. So let me know. I assume you're into whooping. What parts do you need? Do you have a DSM-X transmitter? Would you like to get into hovering? What's your current setup? Let me know, and I'll figure out a few parts for you. In the meantime, I turn on some tunes and have a visit to the sanitary facilities. Reggae groove for you, 3 minutes 27. I was talking to myself apparently by having the mic muted. So I was saying that 7x16mm motors make a slightly heavier quad, which is not necessarily a bad thing when you're compensating for it with a little more power as well. So that's why, what's your name again? David. I'm sending you 7x16mm frames and paired up with 7x16mm motors and a bunch of orange props. And yeah, I think that's a wicked combination. Blue frames, orange props. Looks good. Easy to spot in the grass or in the jungle. So, not sure if you have jungle in the UK, but in case you have, jungle tested setup. Blue and orange, best color to find in the jungle. So maybe I can fit that into a small box. Let me see. No offense, small box for you, David. See if that fits in there. 2 frames, they do fit. No, doesn't. Well, let me take out those blister packs and it'll fit. Orange and blue is the best. So 1 frame, taking it out of the box, out of the blister pack, putting it in here. No, need to take the other one out as well, so they're not getting bent up by squishing them. Yep, that'll work. Here and here. If you have any questions, checking in the card, send us a message, my friend. Thanks for playing. This is box number 15. Damn, I'm slow. I'm publishing box number 15 and getting box number 16 into the queue. Personal Papa says, I'm a Florida Gator fan though, which means nothing to Aussies. I have no audio. Audio back. Yeah, pressing the wrong buttons as usual. So this was box number 15. I have time for 1 more or maybe 2. Box number 15 going to Newington, Connecticut in the United States. Thank you, David. Moving on to box number 16. All orders. 1 minute ago. No, this one was, I think, just before. How does that work? Someone has checked out number 15 as well. Shop playing tag with me. Yeah, checked out twice. So how does that work? Number 15 has been checked out twice. Damn you, Shopify. So extra box number 15 needs to be finished before I get to Chris, who has checked out number 16. So there are going your 2 boxes that have been the last 2 for today, because unfortunately I have other duties. But we shall continue this endeavor on next Sunday, adding a 3rd candle to my shop decor here and moving on with box number 17 on the next show. I'm going to fulfill or pack boxes number 15 version 2 and box number 16 right now. So box 15 version 2, for whatever reason, went to Marcos in Brazil. I'm hoping that Brazil Post is not stuffing it up, because what I've heard about Brazil Post is even worse than what I heard about Australia Post. So Marcos has already placed an order earlier today over a X10 $10 add-on. So I don't have any order history from you, Mark, that's telling me something about your preferences. So if you would please post something in the chat to tell me what you want, I will find a pen, because I don't have a second number 15 sticker, and draw by hand a number 15 on the box. My Indian announcer lady just told me that it is 15 o'clock. I need to clock off very soon. Number 15. Number second 15. So I-Row FPV scored box number 16. So that is connecting the dots here. Arrow FPV is then Chris R. Not disclosing your last name if you don't have that in your username, my friend. Chris R in Pompano Beach, Florida. So let me know, Chris and Marcos, what you would like to have in your boxes. Chris has already placed a bunch of orders earlier this year, or you participated in the Ruffle Whoop case, and you have purchased in August a bunch of Parrot propellers, 820-15 motors, and a carbon H frame. So, and Bock FPV says that he is Marcos in Brazil. You scored, my friend. Welcome to the party. So, let's do number 16 first, because I love to do stuff out of order. You have purchased a whole bunch of vintage parts, as I like to call them. So I would like to send you a X frame, which suits your H frame that you have already. So all the parts that you currently have on an H frame, you can, if you want, transplant them onto this nice X frame here, including the center plate, which you can use if you want to fly FPV. Motor mounts, including nylon hardware, and stand-offs, also including nylon hardware, makes a very nice, tough, and lightweight frame. Mounting these parts with nylon hardware, you need to be a little bit careful not to over tighten the screws, but there's a couple extra in each bag. What I recommend you do is carefully tighten them, and then a little drop of medium CA glue to lock them in place. This way you don't need to tighten them as hard as you need with, or as you can do with steel hardware, and you save a significant amount of weight on these frames. So I'm running out of Parrot propellers, and that might have been it for eternity because Parrot really doesn't like to sell them. I might move over then to the DJI Tallow props, even though they're also expensive and hard to get. But yeah, as I said, I'm running out of Parrot props. It's been always a struggle to source them, and finally they have cut the ties by making them so expensive, which basically is a big middle finger to everyone who is trying to resell their parts. Just seems like the Parrot doesn't want us to sell these propellers. So frame for you, and because I haven't seen that in your order history, Chris, putting on top for you a vintage flight controller, Alien Flight Classic Narrow, which is the recommended flight controller for these vintage parts, and then adding a whole bunch of these very powerful 8.5 millimeter hovercraft took a dive. Very powerful 8.5 by 20 millimeter motors, which I haven't really fully tested yet on what motors they work best, but I give you quite a few so you can test them out and burn them out without risking to be grounded. I would assume that they work best on a little smaller props like the Hubsan style props. So they might also work well with smaller props because of the insanely high KV rating. Yeah, you can figure this out if you have any issues with that and want to have more slower motors. I'm happy to do that as well. Send me a message if you have any problems. I need more Ziploc bags. So another Ziploc bag for more 8.5 millimeter motors. That should be a nice bunch of stuff for you. So Aero FPV, yeah, this is DSMX. Yeah, sorry for that. You're saying you need a module for that. I will also, if you don't have one yet, I've seen one on the bench here, I'll chuck one of those in for you. This is the recommended receiver for this board, Lemon RX satellite DSMX receiver. Chucking one of those in for you. If you're buying a module, I assume you have a Tyrannus, my friend. There is a very nice module which is called the Jumper 4-in-1 module. I assume you can get it on Banggood, I'm not sure. I plan on reselling those in the future. I don't have them yet, but they basically give you the same protocol choice that you have on the Jumper T8 SG radios since sometime earlier this year, my radio of choice. And you can get those modules for a Tyrannus as well. Not sure where it is, but I do have one of them and it works really nice. Let me see if I do have it here. Yeah, it's in my T12. It's in this radio. So this here is the module. Even has a USB port, so I assume you can update the firmware on that thing as well. It's the CC2500NRF24L01A7105CYRF6963 module. So I'm going to make up an easier name for this, but that's what they call it. And hang on, it's actually no, just joking. It's the JP 4-in-1 module from Jumper. Jumper 4-in-1 module supports a heap of different protocols, amongst them DSM and DSMX. So that's the module I recommend if you want to fly DSMX or DSM receivers. So that was box number 16, I think. Let me check. Yep, box number 16 goes to Pompano Beach in Florida. Finishing off with box number 15 version 2. Let's see. Going to Marcos in Brazil. Yeah, thanks for everyone who's already clocking out there. I enjoyed your company. See you again next week. But we're not done yet completely. I still need to pack box number 15, which goes to Bok FPV. Says he's using FR Sky. What else did you say? Checking in the Discord chat if you posted something there. Nope. I assume, Bocker FPV, that English is not your first language. Welcome to the club. So don't worry if we don't understand each other. We work it out eventually. So let me see. You didn't give me any hints yet. It's your second order. First one was today as well on a $10 add-on ticket. So only information I have so far on you is that you are flying FR Sky. So let me see what I have. How about this thing here? This is a nice setup. So this here is, no, is it? No, this is not the convert one. This is not good. What else do I have? Here's one of the originals. Yeah, buddy, this is a fun setup. So this one here might be maybe the original Rambo whoop as seen on TV long time ago. Oh no, the prop is a little bent. Well, I add a lot of other props for you in a second. So insane camera angle, like 45 degrees, meant to go fast. I'll add a lot of parts so you can crash the heck out of this thing. I'm running one of the original B-Brain flight controllers, very reliable, takes a beating, runs on the original E10 frame, black motors, red propellers, and I'm going to find a bunch of parts for you that you can use to fix this thing up over and over again. So, finding some parts for you. 6x15mm frame by 2. Bunch of 6x15mm black cans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And orange props. So completely built vintage whoop. Yeah, I mean the prop will still fly, but you should replace the front right prop that has seen a couple of crashes already. So I'm running out of Ziploc bags again. and I'm running out of clockwise propellers. Zip lock back. Last one for today, and more clockwise propellers. So clockwise propellers in one, more clockwise propellers, and then other bag gets motors, 615-19 motors and counterclockwise propellers. That should keep you going for a while. Beta 65S frames, vintage Rambo Whoop, going into a big box. You have to wear a headband to fly the original Rambo Whoop. Yeah. Adding a card as well. If you have any questions, reply to your order confirmation message or to the email on my card. This was box number 15 version 2. The big box 15 to version 2, going to Marcos in Brasilia. Thanks for playing, my friend. Going on to the stack, and that's it for today. Thanks everyone for playing. Good night to you on the dark side of the world. And if you didn't score today, then come back next week and we'll repeat this game. I had fun. I hope you had too. If you're watching this after the fact in the recorded version that's going to be processed and on YouTube in the next couple of hours, then please leave us a comment. I read them all and I enjoy if you give me some feedback, good or bad. I can deal with critique. So if there's anything I messed up, if there's anything I missed, then please post it there and we'll get back to you. Thanks for everyone who chipped in a couple of bucks into my Bazar jar, and I'll leave you with a couple of tunes while I clean up a little bit of the mess that I made during the show, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for sticking around. What do we have here? Something a little longer. Let's see how this sounds. 3 minutes 40 to send you on your way. See you later. That's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you on the next one.